Time now for our political insiders. Charlie Gerow joining us today. Tony May is on vacation, which
a well-deserved rest.
It is, absolutely. But thank you for being here.
Charlie, our Republican strategist, you have the job of actually trying to balance this out and throw some of Tony's ideas in here.
Yeah.
But let's talk first about the jobs report, or as you call it, the lack thereof jobs report.
Yeah, I mean, this is really disappointing news for all Americans, but it's a political problem for the Obama administration. I mean, at best, Tony, I think, would argue that this is an anemic jobs report. I would say it's a dismal jobs report, and it comes, right on the eve of the November elections. There's only going to be 2 more reports from Bureau of Labor Statistics before the November elections. This is bad news for the Obama administration.
Well, let's detail this so folks at home know. Fewer jobs posted in July than June. Only 96,000 jobs added compared to 141,000 back in July. The unemployment rate fell, which many do argue, though, that's only because people who are without a job just stopped looking, so they're no longer being counted.
Well, that's true. It's not an argument.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And the 96,000 jobs, Tanya, doesn't keep up with population growth. So in point of fact, if you didn't factor in the folks that just gave up looking for a job, the unemployment rate would have increased during this jobs review period. It's really bad news for, as I say, the millions of Americans are out of work, but for the economy as well.
So if Tony were here, how would the Democrats defend this?
I don't think
they just keep saying, hey,
I think what Tony would say is things are going to get better. I mean, that's been the defense all along, is they give us some more time and things will get better. But as we've given this administration more time, things haven't gotten better, they've gotten worse.
Well, let's move over to Chicago now, because there's just a huge teacher strike going on right now, and we're talking hundreds, even upwards of 1,000 kids literally spending their days in an auditorium because there's no teachers there to teach them. Give us a little bit of an idea what's going on there.
Well, this is an interesting political conundrum for the administration, and the president finds himself kind of between the dog and the fire hydrant on this one. It really is a tough spot for him.
That's not a good spot.
Because Rahm Emanuel, one of his chief advisors and his former chief of staff, now the mayor of Chicago, undertook some tough reforms of the teacher situation in Chicago, and as a result there's a strike against the citizens of Chicago and the children of their schools. And these visuals of these kids sitting in empty spaces with nothing to do, I think are going to haunt this administration. The president has been unwilling to say anything. In fact, Rahm Emanuel did the right thing here, and he's paying a political price for it now.
What do you think the Romney campaign will do with it?
I think the Romney campaign at this point just needs to sit back and, politically needs to sit back. It's not incumbent upon them to say anything necessarily about this, but in many respects, what Mayor Emanuel did was take a page out of Scott Walker's book in next door Wisconsin. And, after having vilified him for getting tough with public sector unions, he did the same thing. This is ultimately an issue about teacher testing and saying that in order for teachers to
It's something that you have pushed for Pennsylvania.
Performance, performance.
Years.
That's what it's all about. Do you do a good job? If you do, we want to pay you more. If you're not doing a good job, you either need to get up to standards or it's time to go.
So what will happen? I mean, again, we have these teachers still on strike right now.
My sense is that the strike will settle, but it's not going to be without political consequence and without cost both to the people of Chicago and to this administration.
With 20 seconds left, just a quick comment on the fact that the voter ID law goes back before the state Supreme Court this week.
It does, as does redistricting. This is, landmark cases in many respects. Viewers will get to watch it live on television for the first time. It's going to be good theater, but it's also going to be very serious legal wrangling. I think the voter ID law survives. Real question still about what happens with redistricting.
That, too, is up in there.
It is.
All right.
All right, Charlie Gerow, thank you so much. And, of course, you can see our political insiders every Tuesday right here on CBS 21 News at 5:30.